Here we go! Oh god. Oh god. Okay, what did they do? Okay, I don't care about the amiibo. Squeezer! Oh, it's Nerfs right away. Slowed the speed of the first bullet by 5%, reduced its distance. Slowed movement speed while shooting. Okay, Squeezer lives. Okay. Unless if this is a global range nerf. Wait, is Squeezer 5% less range in general? If so, W. And it's finally not splatter shot speed. Here's Range Blaster. Oh no, Range Blaster. 6% ink consumption reduced. Or sorry, the ink consumption by 9%. So they walked back the 15% buff. And it's 6% less explosion radius. So yes, it's just going to match Blaster and Rapids. English is out. We can get specifics. Yeah, I think this is Squeezer's long range mode is 5% less. I think. Slightly decrease the wood spray created by each droplet. Yeah, there's the paint nerf. Slosher 9% ink consumption increase. Edit paint nerf? Oh wow, even Edit got a paint nerf. Wellstring paint nerf. Okay, oh no. Trizuka. Startup nerfed! Startup nerfed, but only by, what is that, 1/12 of a second. That's not that much, though. Only 5 frames. It's something. But it's really short. CRB 210, Slosher 210. Wow, it is just nerfs. There's no buffs. It is only nerfs. Only 5 frames on the startup is such a troll. Oh my god. This is such a troll change. They're like, yeah, we know the startup is a problem, but we're not going to reduce it by enough. We're only going to do a little bit. Stamper lives! Stamper unchanged! Pen got a paint nerf. Pen got changed. And X battles made it less likely for players to be matched again with players they just encountered in the previous X battle. Wait, made it so Japan and regions near it cannot select 10 attack? JP players can't pick it. Wow. Okay. Splatfest, ruler or higher can be on the float, take pictures, deep cut. Data for a special big run. Item that can be exchanged for fish scales. Okay. XP required to get a weapon's freshness to reach 1 star from 10,000 to 5,000 to make it easier to get Sheldon licenses. Hold on, think guys. Why would they make it easier to get Sheldon licenses now? Why would they make it easier to get Sheldon licenses now when all the weapons are in the game? Capsules can contain sea snails? W. Okay. Change design of splash tag. We know what that's for. This update focuses on adding data to a special big run to be held in the future, improving connectivity and making adjustments to battles. In regards to connectivity, we have reduced the time it takes to convey things that happen in-game to the other players by optimizing the game's internal processing and adjusting communication. Wait, what? What? Reduce the time it takes... What changes this? Is this just general load times are faster? Okay. For multiplayer battles, we made changes that we've previously notified you about to lower the performance. Okay, let's see the explanation. The Squeezer and Flow Squeezer were intended as weapons that are difficult to master, but can produce high performance when mastered. However, because their shots could reach you from a long distance, and their high movement speed when firing, it was easy to make a lot of attempts, which made it easier to make up for the control difficulty. So yeah, this is to make it harder. So they're like, Squeezer's supposed to be hard, but the range and movement speed made it too easy. So that's why it's being reduced. They're trying to make this more of a high skill ceiling weapon. Very interesting. I think the nerfs are good. I think Squeezer is nerfed in exactly the way it should be. For the Range Blaster and Custom Range Blaster, by reducing the area of attack and inking due to the explosion, we maintain the property for dealing damage when aimed precisely, while making it reducing the property that deals damage to opponents' positions that are not precisely known. Yeah, that's fine. Our intention with both weapons is to make it so the players who specialize in other weapons are not forced to switch to these weapons, while also maintaining a level of performance sufficient enough for players who are specialized in them. So yeah, they want, like, other mid-range shooter weapons and stuff to be picked, and they want other AoE weapons to be picked. My worry is I don't think this is going to be enough. Also, I just realized, I hate to scroll up, this is one less slosh, and your 210. This is 2 nerfs to bucket. I think bucket strike output is actually going to be a lot lower now. Okay. Our intention with both of these weapons is to make it so that players who specialize... Oh, I read this, my bad. For the Snipe Rider, we reduce their ability to maintain inking status from a distance. For Slosher, we adjust their performance points and specials to make them like other Sloshers in that they have high instantaneous fights of fighting and inking power, but fighting continuously over time, it's easy to run out of ink. Okay, so they don't want you, like, fighting as long. Makes sense. Regarding the heavy edit splatling and Nuvo, we change aspects of them when in comparison to the other splatlings while firing the storm distance. They're effective at maintaining ink coverage when exchanging fire. Okay? For the Wellstring, we made changes to slightly lower performance when maintaining turf status from a distance. Makes sense, paint spam has been always something they've changed. For the Trizuka, we made changes to the opening when used on an opponent from close range and slightly increased the time it takes to find a safe place. Okay? Of the total number of players in Japan and nearby regions, an extremely small percent select Tenetech Division, despite living in Japan or nearby regions. However, we made this change because it has reached a certain percentage that negative effects on rankings among players in Tenetech Division. The next update will focus on adding data for the Grand Festival. Wait, so that's in like 2 weeks. The next update's in like 2 weeks. We're getting another update in 2 weeks. But it could just be nothing but the Grand Fest stuff. But there is another update. That's interesting. Also, no balance changes stated here. No balance and no content. I don't think this is the last balance patch, but this line makes me question it a little bit. Scroll for the connectivity changes. Where, like, this is all they said. I don't know what this means exactly. I don't think this is the final patch. Read the changes to connectivity. Am I dumb? I don't... Where is it? At the top? Oh, I skipped it. Oh, improve connectivity to shorten the time between data set. Okay. Oh. Wow. This might be the best change. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. 4/60ths is a tick. This is the tick rate. Wait, did they improve the tick rate? This is a tick. Splatoon 3 is 15 ticks. Or I think this is its tick rate, yeah? That's a slight tick rate change. So they gave half a frame faster tick rate. Okay. 0.4. Oh no, you're right, never mind. I don't know what this is then. I'm very confused what exactly this is. Maybe this isn't tick rate, because this is 0.4. You're right, this isn't 4 frames, it's 0.4. So I'm not sure what exactly this changes, but better netcode's good. I think that's a good change to do. So you know you spotted someone 3 frames earlier. So 3 frames is the increase, right? Things register 3 frames sooner? Is that what we're saying? That's what it is? I'm guessing, because 0.4 to 3. So everything's 3 frames faster, basically, in terms of registering. 3 frames faster to get behind cover, 3 frames faster for your shot to deal damage, etc., etc. Only for damage. Ah, okay. Okay, listen. Guys, a big part of this patch is what exactly is the nerf to these two. How much is the paint change? Because this just says slightly. We don't know how much this is. So it really depends how much this paint changes for. We don't know how much slightly is. I'm gonna guess under 10%. 10% or less, basically. That would be my guess. Yeah, this comes out tomorrow. So I'm gonna guess this is tomorrow. Or sorry, I'm gonna guess it's 10%. If it is 10%. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if this is enough. I don't know. If anything, I kind of lean to double cooler is the buff of this patch. I feel like the trend toward double cooler might just be better now. I'm not sure. But out of, like, Shrike got away with it. I didn't get changed as much. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think the range nerf matters. Range at the highest level was only winning on people who, like, mained it. And I think if you're someone who plays range and is good at it, this isn't going to change anything for you. This one might change one. Zuka got both of these and the startup nerf. I think that Squeezer might actually not be everywhere now. Maybe. Mainly because of this. I think a 5% range nerf is going to make it so many other double midlines have a much easier chance to deal with it. I think that Squeezer is going to actually have to deal with fighting other weapons, is my point. I think they're actually going to have to shoot at weapons that will be shooting back at it, rather than being out of range. So I think, like, Squeezer might not be a must-pick. Whereas before, like, I think Squeezer was trending to a must-pick in every comp. I think the more we developed, the closer we were getting to it. Now I don't think it's a must-pick. I still think it's good, though. And then range, yeah, it's that. I think the bigger question is Bucket. Not that Bucket's bad, but, like, Bucket before could kind of, like, help a lot of comps out because it kind of got an entry a bit consistently. But now it's going to get a decent bit less strikes because it's more ink hungry and it's 210. Okay, and I will say right now, if this is the last patch, and I don't think it is, I think they're going to do another balance patch. I just think this is because it's so soon that it's just going to be Grandfest stuff. However, if this is the last patch, the lack of buffs they've done in this game is, like, the #1 problem with balancing. There have been so many things with potential to be good, main, sub, and special, but mainly the new mains and specials, that have not gotten, like, any form of treatment to be able to shine. Single less slosh? Yeah, but it's not in 210. Like, I think it's fine. I think Bucket before had strikes, like, every time it wanted to. And I think now there will be a few times where Bucket won't have strike. I don't think anything's gonna vanish. It's also very clear from these changes that they don't want things to change. Like, I already had a theory that Nintendo liked the meta we were in right now, and I think this just confirms it. Like, I'm pretty set right now that, yeah, they like the meta. They don't want it to change. I think they want it to stay like this. They're just trying to reduce the extreme attributes of it a bit, but they're clearly not trying to take anything out. I think, you know, in theory, I think the big winner would be less cooler output. But here's the thing. I think less cooler output from these weapons promotes double cooler. Because now these weapons are probably going to get the same amount of coolers as Zap. But if you run it with Zap, you can out-cooler single cooler comps more easily. Wait, it's not 13 sloshes, it's 12.8. Okay, so Buckets are going to have to run one sub of Ink Saber main. Or, yeah, okay. Bucket players enjoy using 0.1 main saber. Apparently you're going to need it to get your 13th slosh. Which is fine, because Bucket doesn't really have much gear dependency, so why not? Throw on another sub of gear dependency. Maybe 2 sub Ink Saber main if you want pre-patch. The Zuka nerf is like, okay, we know what the problem is, but for whatever fucking reason, they don't want it. They don't want it to actually not be a good insta-use option, for some reason. Also, big winner is Stamper. Nerfs to this? Do you know what competes for the squeezer roll? The sword. The sword competes for the squeezer roll. More sword, more sword. And then, yeah, new piece of third kit's cope is this. Because, like, why? They could have just done this to make weapons easier to unlock. Yes, Scar. It has a rapid AoE. And the paint is a little bit bigger than before they did the 15% buff, but not as big as now. It's kind of in the middle. But yeah, this is rapid. If you play rapid or regular blaster, this is the same blast radius size as those two now. Which is exactly what I expected. Oh, ads. I will type to Scar. Yes. I don't know if ads hit, so... Yeah, Zuka's 5 extra frames. I mean, you're gonna have like 3 after a bomb, I think. I think you just run the 2-sub main saver, realistically. I don't know. Dude. I also wonder if they're not doing buffs because they don't want things to change too much when they nerf these weapons. Because they're always so paranoid about overbuffing things. Okay. Let's make this chart. Real quick. No, this chart is better tiers, like that matters. It's literally just stuff that got worse. It's like, what? Every Zuka weapon? Here, I'll put it on the... Here, let's make it slightly worse. Put that there. I refuse to put that any lower than there. We'll do the changes. I think squeezers go in this category, and I think they're the only one that goes here. Carbon Suzuka weapon. Okay, I'm putting pen and edit into worse. Because it says slightly. I don't think it's going to matter that much. But I'm going to put them here. Where's our other Zuka guns? Just going to put all our Zuka weapons here. I'm really conflicted about this patch, if you guys couldn't tell. No, these are only direct stuff. I only make these charts for direct changes. I'm very conflicted about this change. The other edit? Oh yeah, true. This edit got nerfed too. And the other pen. Yay, red pen. Bucket Deco might be a bigger deal. It got nerfed the same way. Oh no, Clash got worse, guys. I'm so conflicted right now. I really don't know what to think. Like, on the one hand, I wanted Squeezer to get hit the hardest, and it did. Squeezer got impactful changes, and that's what I wanted. I'm putting this under slightly worse, too. I don't care about an 8% ink consumption. Ink turf nerf. It doesn't matter. Like, on the one hand, I'm happy that Squeezer got hit the hardest. I like that pen and editor specifically nerfs to their paints. I like the way they nerfed range. I like everything they did. I don't have a problem with any of the changes they actually did. But what I'm thinking in my head is, okay, obviously they should have done buffs. You have 2 less shots and zip with Bucket Deco. You wouldn't have 2 less. That's not how it works. You'd probably have a little bit less, though. Technically, yes. Oh yeah, and ranges. I'll put ranges in this tier. I think that's fair. That's it, right? This is all the changes? That's all the weapons? Very small chart today. I don't even want to say much worse. I'll say, here, we'll do slightly worse, worse, decently worse. Much is an overstatement. Okay. Alright. My initial thoughts right now are if they're going to continue patches for this game. If we're not done with patches for a bit, then I'm fine with what they did here. Let things settle a little bit with the nerfs, because, you know, Squeezer might change a bit of comps in terms of how they're played. Let's see if Double Cooler takes over, or if Cooler's just going to be less common because of the output changes. Let's see if Zap comps or, like, Backlist do a little bit better with the pen nerfs. But I don't think they will. I think that they're going to need to change. I think they're going to need to do more buffs to allow things to be more viable. I think some of the specials mains need to get buffs. But I think if that's what's coming next, if they're going to look at this and see, okay, now we've nerfed some of these and they need to do more changes, then I'm excited to see what happens next. But if this is it, if patches are, like, going to be negligible to done from this point onward, then I'm left disappointed with the lack of experimentation with buffs for this game. It really just depends what comes next. That's my thoughts on it. Alright, I'll do my normal breakdown tomorrow. Thank you for watching.